We got a couple wounds, but that's not gonna stop nobody. Man, my warrior, I got the warrior shoes on, the warrior hat. Y'all can't see this bump on my head, but look what happened to my shoe. No! My poor baby. Alright, let's get it. Okay, so first here we're going to do the downward dog. And you want to make sure that you press your heels all the way back and press into the ground like you're pushing away the floor. The downward dog pose helps lengthen and decompress the spine. It also stretches your hamstrings, strengthens your arms, and it flushes your brain with fresh oxygen and calms your mind. Okay, and here is the child's pose. You guys see me do this one a lot because this really helps to relieve your back and your neck pain and also your hips. And my hips have been killing me, so I love to do the child's pose because it really opens up your hips a lot. Okay, and this one is my ultimate favorite, the pigeon pose. This really opens up your hips. I'm always doing this one, and it also helps stimulate the internal organs. But the first way you can do it is put your hands down for a good stretch, but then once you come up and open up your chest, it opens up your hips even more and gives it a deeper glute stretch and relieves any sciatica pain. It opens up your groins, and then I also like to pull my foot back for a quad stretch, but you don't have to do this. This is more of an advanced pose, and believe it or not, it also helps urinary disorders. Okay, and then this one I call the butterfly or the easy pose, and as much as it might seem easy, it really does help open up your hips a lot, and it's very calming. And then for women, it also helps with any menstrual pain, and also lowers your anxiety, so I recommend doing that. And then here I like to just do this one. Also helps your back, strengthen your back, open up your hamstrings, and each week you do it, you can increase on your flexibility on getting lower and lower. This is another one of my favorite hip stretches. It really opens up your hips, also opens up your glutes, and then if you put one hand on your knee and twist, it also really opens and strengthens your spine. Just make sure you're breathing in and out and not holding your breath. And then when you twist to the other side, you also open up your back and your shoulder. Okay, the Cobra really helps open up your heart, and it's great for back injury. It strengthens your spine, strengthens your chest, your lungs, your shoulders, and your abdominal, and it keeps your butt nice and firm and stimulates the organs. And another one of my favorites, the splits. Of course, this is more of advanced, but I do have some videos to show you how to get your splits easy ways, and obviously increase in your flexibility here. But the splits is really good to open up your hips, your groin, your hamstrings especially, and your back, especially when you go down and you strengthen and lengthen your back. It really does help with your breathing. Okay, and then this is what they call the cat-cow pose. So here, when you pull up, you want to pull up starting from your shoulders all the way. When you press down, you want to press from your shoulders and out through your glutes, and then you want to exhale. This helps with your torso, strengthening your shoulders, your back, your spine. So you see here how I started from the bottom of my glutes, pulled all the way up, squeeze your glutes in, squeeze your core tight, and breathe out. And then when you exhale, you release, and this also helps release a lot of tension in your neck. Also, if you twist your neck side to side, that's going to help open up your spine and your breathing. Here is the wide angle seated forward bend. So this is another advanced pose that I recommend. First starting to come down on your elbows before you do it, and then as you increase each week after you go on your elbows, then come forward and try and walk all the way out. This helps lengthen your lats and your back, your spine. Obviously it opens up your hips really well, your hamstrings, and your inner thighs, your glutes. It's a really good stretch that I also like to take one arm over and really open up my back and my lats, especially when you're sore. This feels amazing. And then just switch sides and get both sides, and make sure when you're doing this, your breathing is really good. Never hold your breath when you're stretching because it's how you really release the tension in your body. Okay, this is a deep lunge, which they can also consider to be warrior one if you open up your body and your arms. But I take this down and open up my hamstrings into a semi-triangle, which if you opened up your arms, you would open up your chest. But this really feels good for your hamstrings and your glutes. This is what they call the warrior two pose. You want to make sure your front foot is forward and your back one is straight. And then this pose also helps strengthen your legs, of course, and your arms, and it opens up your chest and your shoulders and helps contract your abdominal organs, but you need to make sure you're breathing the entire time and you're focused. I like to come down into a side lunge just to strengthen my legs a little bit more and open up my glutes and my hips on each side and my hamstrings. The fall forward bend is really good for opening up your hamstrings and releasing all the tension in your back and your spine. This is an advanced tree yoga pose. This is the regular tree yoga pose. Then when you put your leg on your knee and bend down, it's an advanced and it helps open up your hips a little bit more. I like to do this one to really get a good deep stretch, but this is not a beginner's pose. And then here, when you place your hands down, you get even more of a good hamstring stretch. The quad pull is very important. It helps open up your quads, but also when you reach back for your toes, you're also opening up your chest and your shoulders. And then I like to go into my flamingo to practice, and this really does help open up everything in your body, but it also is an advanced pose.